Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with a new project pan because I need more of those in my life apparently, but when I saw this one I could not resist. It is the Teen Wolf project pan. Now, for those of you that don't know, Teen Wolf was a show in the... what exactly did it air? 2000s, 2010s? I'm not entirely sure when it aired. I didn't watch it until much later, like last year. But I ended up getting really into it. This was created by Kayla and Soar because of the Paramount Plus movie that has already come out, because I am late filming this as I always am, but it came out January 26th or 7th, I believe. This is supposed to start on January 26th and it goes to January 26th of next year. The idea is that you start with 7 prompts and then you roll them in as you finish things up. It has 35 prompts. They're all based on the show. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that last year I did the Buffy the Vampire Slayer project pan, and I gushed long about my love for that show. And at some point, one of my online friends pointed out to me, he's like, hey, if you really loved, you know, Buffy and Angel, you're gonna really like this show. You should go and watch it. The thing is, this aired originally, I think, when I was in college. Either high school or late high school to early college, at least, if not later. And I had too much crap to do during those years to follow a new show for very long. So, yeah, I picked this up much later. I watched it on Amazon Prime. I loved it. I need to see this movie. I hope it's good. So, I have 7 prompts picked out based on different things from the show. I will explain them as best I can. This is being done in conjunction with the PANtastic ladies. I will link them and the list of everybody doing this down below. And if you are interested, you should definitely join in. So, I have my phone out here so that I can explain the prompts a little bit better, because Kayla really went into detail on all of these prompts. So, yeah. First one I have picked out is where Jaguar, or the Nagual. I'm probably mispronouncing that horribly. I can't barely speak half the time, so to no surprise. And this is a product from a Latinx owned brand. The Nagual was an Aztec temple in Mexico. It came up during the show. And she listed a lot of brands, including one that I didn't realize was actually a Latinx owned brand, and that is Besame. I had no idea. But if you're curious, she listed Rare Beauty, Tresloose Beauty, Rezo Hair Care, Desi Skin, Dominique Cosmetics, didn't know that one either, Ella Luz, Vlade Beauty, Earth Shell, Ceremonia, Costa Brazil, Raw Apothecary, Vapor Beauty, Glam Light. I don't have any Glam Light, unfortunately, and I want to rectify that. Botanica Beauty, Midas Cosmetics, Viva Cosmetics, Bomba Curls, Besame Cosmetics, Alamar Cosmetics, Melt Cosmetics, Sigma Artist Couture, Necromancy Cosmetica, and Lunar Beauty. I was originally going to put something from Alamar Beauty in here, but when I was going back and rereading, and I saw that Besame was on there, so I went with this instead. Because this is something that I've been kind of wanting to pull out recently, and this gave me an excuse. But from Besame Cosmetics, this is the Agent Carter palette from several years ago. You guys know my love of Marvel. I was another show that I did actually watch, but it only aired for 2 seasons, unfortunately, was Agent Carter. I'm a huge fan of Peggy Carter, actually. But it's made to look like a little passport. It's adorable. I just got one of the shades all over myself, but here are the shades. And I want to use this 10 times. So I'm sure I can do that fairly easily. But next is Coach Finstock. Several of the main characters played lacrosse, and he was the lacrosse coach. I want to say he was like the track coach or something like that too. I don't remember. But the prompt is a green product, and he was always screaming. The man's poor whipping boy was not a character, but a player called Greenberg. I don't think you ever actually saw him on screen, or at least for a very long time. They didn't show him on screen, but he was always screaming at Greenberg for different atrocities, according to him. This guy was hilarious. If nothing else, look up Coach Finstock on YouTube if you want a good laugh. Anyways, I chose this. It's the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. This one has hyaluronic acid and aloe. My cleansing water I'm currently using is almost done, so I figured I'd roll in what is actually my last one currently. So it's all the way up to here. It's never been opened. Like, it might even still have a seal. Nope, this didn't come with a seal then. So I will be starting on that fairly soon. Next is Peter Hale, a high-end or luxe product. He was very power hungry, so high-end, something like that makes sense. I chose the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. It's just a little bitty guy. It currently weighs 16.5 grams. My goal is to finish it. I am working on a different setting powder right now, but because I have been baking with it, I'm going through it fairly quickly, and I figure that even if I don't necessarily get to this next month, I will get to this in March. So I feel okay going ahead and putting that in here, even if I don't get to it for the first month. Next is the Oni, I'll have to insert a picture of them, but during an arc for one season, they were used as basically henchmen for the main antagonist. But for a black product, I chose something out of this. This is my Alley Oop Pen Pal liner thing. Now it's made to look like one of those old school pens that have like multiple colors. I am specifically focusing on the black eyeliner right here. Unfortunately, this is something that you can't roll back and forth, so I can only tell you the number of times that I've used it, which isn't super fun, but it is what I'm working on right now, black eyeliner wise, so figured I'd put it in here. Next is Werewolf Hunter, a non-cruelty free product. Early in the seasons, well, the main character, if you're familiar with the old movie, the TV show is based on the same premise, but you know, it goes completely off in its own direction from the movie. But you have the main character who's a werewolf, and then you have his girlfriend who you find out very early on, so I don't think this is a huge spoiler, is from a family of werewolf hunters. So, non-cruelty-free product. We have the CeraVe Healing Ointment. This is what I'm supposed to use on my feet. I never remember to use it. I've had this for years. Thankfully, it is still good, but I want this out of my life so I can finally figure out a better, foot product. It currently weighs 388 grams. My goal is to finish it. I want to use it at least 10 times a month though, so I need to actually put like something on here that I can mark, like one of these, I don't know what they're called, sticky note, whatever, I don't know, post-it note, that's the word I'm looking for. Those are off-brand, so they didn't say post-it notes on the back, but I need to stick something on here that I can mark every month, because if I just say I want to use it, I don't seem to remember to do that. So 10 uses a month, every month, until it finishes, or if I get to the end of the year and it's still not finished, but I've used it, 120 times at least by that point, I'll be satisfied that at least I'm putting a real use on it. Okay, so next is Alpha. They have the whole thing about alpha werewolves and whatnot. This is from a bigger or more well-known brand. I actually kind of struggled with this one because I wanted something that actually kind of like fit into my routine currently without throwing things off. So I went with this, the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. Everybody online knows about this brand as far as hair care stuff is concerned. It is actually one of my favorite spray detanglers and all the other stuff that it does. Nourishes hair, thermal protectant, detangles, helps protect hair color, restores shine, reduces frizz, natural UV protection, helps replace lost proteins, enhances hair's natural body, and helps prevent split ends. It's actually a really good product. I definitely recommend it despite the full-size price, which I think that's actually a bottle bigger than this one. I don't quite remember. Is like 25 bucks. But you can get it in Walmart, you can get it in Walgreens, you can get it at CVS, you can get it basically anywhere. So I figure that's big enough. Now, unfortunately, I can't see through this at all. I tried to shine a light through it, so I'm gonna have to weigh it. It is currently 145.3 grams. So This will take me a few months. I am actually going through a mini size right now that is almost done. So this will be here for a bit. And finally, the Hale House, an older product or a product you have to clean the dust off of because the house was old and decrepit at the beginning of the show. And I chose this. This is actually from a project last year where I never got started on it. And it definitely got a little dusty. It actually has a little bit of dust on top of here still. I thought I had cleaned it all off. Whatever. Anyways, this is the Curls Creme Brulee Whipped Curl Cream. It's all the way up to the top. I think I have used it once. Still smells good and everything. So my current hair product that I am using that this would be taking the place of is like one use from being done. So at least I won't be making the same mistake twice in putting this in a project pan and never even getting to it. So not worried about that. So that is it. Definitely check everybody out down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!